If you are serious about what protein you use, then use what Jersey Jay-Z uses. Equip Foods Protein. Order yours now at equipfoods.com and use the promo code JerseyJZ for a special discount.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Joe Zapata and with my man Gregg Valentino. What's up, buddy?
On, Joe? I know much. I was just putting a comment here. And where is it? Why is my fucking thing there? I was just putting a comment. I want to know if Steve Z, my boy Steve, if he bought up all the goddamn fucking all the sodas from fucking. I think I typed. I can't see. I typed it up wrong. Yeah, yeah. If we go to because he blames me for it sometimes, like because he buys the diet birch beers. You know what I'm saying? Like right there, root beer. It tastes like cream soda, but he blames me for it. And I just went there the other day. They're on 77 cents now. So I said Steve must have been here.
Yeah, at Greg Hoffman, he says, "Hey Momos, everyone gets spam in the can for a Valentine's Day."
That's right.
That's right. Valentine's Day is coming up.
How you doing, Greg? Yeah.
You doing anything with Lucia for Valentine's Day?
Same bullshit. When you've been together fucking 20 fucking years, you're like, oh well, it's the same shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll do something.
I just bought Morella flowers and today actually, and I'd rather give it to her roses today than Valentine's Day, even though it's 2 days late, and spend $150 for a dozen roses. Where I can
shit! There you go. That's a good idea. I'll go to Dollar Tree and buy a little box of candy. There you go.
And when they die 3 days later or something,
Yeah. You give flowers. You spend fucking $50, $100 on flowers, and they're dead in 2 days.
Yeah, they jump them up too on Valentine's Day. They jump them up to, I think it's like $1.25.
Oh yeah, just like Easter. You fucking try to buy eggs around Easter. You know what I mean? The stores know, so they're gonna fuck you. Goes back to Biden prices.
Yep. Steve Z, let's see the likes for Joe and Greg show.
Steve, you bought up all those goddamn drinks from Stop and Shop.
Dan, our man Dan says, "Good evening, Joe and Greg. What's going on?"
Dan, what's going on? Dan, what's going on, brother?
James Jacob says, yes, thumbs up. We got Raw Dog. Says, Joe and Greg, I am checking in.
Thank you, Raw Dog.
Rocco Ravina says, let's go, you momos.
That boy, Rocco.
So, Greg, I wanted to touch base with you. So, our topic today was, because I had an incident at the gym, is cell phones in the gym. Should they be banned?
I think they should, but for me, I don't like cell phones because if the kids fucking sit there and they do this shit, or they're taking videos and you're in the fuck. I once told the guy who's the machine was actually positioned. I was on a bicycle machine, and it was positioned like right in front of me was where the power, like the fucking where guys do deadlifts, And the guy was filming another guy doing deadlifts. I'm like, can you wait till I'm like step off the machine for you to do that? Because I don't want to be on your fucking Facebook deadlift video. I don't see why guys got to do that. Videotape themselves in the gym. Really, nobody gives a fuck, to be honest with you. But I know that guys want to hear music, so they need their cell phone. I get it. But you shouldn't be allowed to be taking photos unless there's nobody else around. You know what I mean? And, our gym, our owner caught guys would make believe they're doing like a cell phone thing. And meanwhile, they're fucking filming the girl behind them with the nice ass and shit. He's throwing, he threw a 70-year-old guy out to fucking... out of the gym for doing that shit, and a girl caught him. But I just don't like guys sitting on the machines, And sometimes, Joe, do you ever walk by one of those guys or talk to one? Like I'll ask a guy, "Excuse me, how many sets you got left?" "I got 3." And then they're sitting there and they're doing this, and I look, and he's playing a video game or he's texting somebody. Where you checking his fucking Instagram? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what happened to me. And I wear the headphones to listen to music, and I just listen to music, but I don't scroll. I just listen to music and go. So I was working out. And I said to him, how many sets you got left? And he said, oh, I got 2. So I said, okay. So I went on the machine next to him started working out. Now I'm watching
Right.
him the whole time as I'm doing it because I'm trying to gauge. And I work fast like you. Do a
Right.
rep, take a small rest, boom, boom, boom. This guy, I was done with that exercise and then another exercise, and he just finished. And he was scrolling through TikTok, laughing at a video. And he noticed I started getting pissed. You know, I'm like, dude, come on, man. And he's a young kid, you know, I think maybe 18, 19 years old, young
Right.
kid, TikTok, laughing. And then he sees me, and then he's like, okay. And he does it, and then gets up. No intensity, no nothing. They just.
No, they do it. They don't even do it right. They'll sit there and do it. And I'm like, they don't, they don't sweat. They don't do any of that shit, you know?
No.
You gotta be like Robert Frank. Get the fuck off. You know what I mean? You ever watch him when he starts screaming and shit? He'll take your fucking phone and throw it across the room. You know what I mean? I just don't like, then you get the guys that actually set up fucking like tripods. Now I haven't had that in my gym, but I've seen that in gyms where guys set up tripods and they're like, you know, over there and they're like filming themselves and nobody can walk by to get pissed. I mean, who the fuck do you think they are? The gym owner should fucking put the kibosh to that, you know?
Yeah, pretty. And you know, I saw a guy curling, watching a video. It's just like he's watching TV as he's doing this in the gym.
Joe,
come on.
I told you the story the time there was this hot Indian girl, right, from India, and she comes in and she's got this like little top on. You can see her belly button. She's got the spandex on. She runs over to the fucking to where the mirror is. She grabs one of the light dumbbells and she's standing there and she's videotaping herself and she curls like this, right? And she makes believe she's crawling and she puts the dumbbell down and she does another thing where she just like primps and I look and she sees me look over at her and then she stops. She actually just walked out of the gym. She did that to make it look like I was at the gym today. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's me working out. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you didn't even work out. You were there for 2 minutes and you left, you know?
100%. It is bad. Raw Dog says, I built a gym in my garage. I avoid the public gyms now. That's a good idea.
I don't blame it, Raw Dog. But I do like being around humans, though. That's the only thing. But the other thing is, is that, do you know that Derek Jeter, when you go to his house, he makes everybody put their fucking cell phones in a basket at the front door. He said, no cell phones in my house. Because he doesn't want, even though they're friends and shit like that, sometimes they'll be taking a picture. He just doesn't want, and he believes that when you're sitting at his table, we talk, we have fun. I don't need everybody taking videos and pictures of that shit.
Yeah. Diddy does that also.
I'll bet he does now. I bet he would now. But you know, I mean, so I don't like all that shit. I'm not into that whole cell phone shit. But whatever, you know.
Yeah, it sucks, man. These gyms today with these kids, man, it's just really it's not like you old school way, you know.
No,
definitely not.
When the old school way, you were fucked. You know what I mean? You didn't have that shit. You know, when I was drug dealing, the beeper would go off, beep 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 beep, and I'd be like, oh shit.
Rocco Rovina says the gym I go to is full of chicks that dress half naked. I love it. Yeah,
it's good, but it's also, let me tell you something, Rocco. Sometimes if you check them out, they like the attention, but they also get stupid about it. You know what I mean? So you got to watch. You know, those girls, you know, that's an attention whore. You know, I like the girl that comes in the gym that is fucking drop dead gorgeous and she's just wearing, you know, sweats and, you know, she's like normal. And you know that she wanted to. Usually those are attention whores. You know, they don't sweat. You know, they don't fucking bust their hole in the gym. They're there for, you know, like it's all show.
Steve Z said, I have a secret weapon that makes them move away quickly.
Yes, it's called his ass.
What does he let one loose?
Oh, if he does, he'll. We've been in clubs where he does that shit, and everybody in the club's like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? He'll crop dust, all right.
Dan said, "There's no real gyms anywhere close to where I live." Yeah, there's no real.
I understand, Dan. Then you work out in your house. I just don't like. I like variety of equipment. I don't like a lot of people in the gym, but usually the time when I train, you know, everybody thinks I train only at midnight. No, it's one night. I only train in the gym twice. It's you know, on Mondays and on Saturdays. And on Saturday I train during the day, but I go there when the guys that I know are there. You know what I mean? Like you know, I get along. I don't go where I don't like bodybuilders, to be honest with you. Being around other bodybuilders, you know, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, walking around and they're screaming and shit, and you know, I'm like, okay, all right with that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, Strong and Shapely was a great gym. Strong and Shapely was a hardcore gym. Was a hardcore gym over here. Of
course, yes.
Did you like working out there? Did you like working out there?
Yeah, I did, because You know what I like when its gym has so much different equipment. Like some days I feel like trying something different or doing a different machine. You know what I mean? Like that. But what I like is Bob took no shit. If you scream or drop fucking weights or, you know, like did something fucked up, he will come right over there and tell you, or he'll turn off the fucking music and embarrass. I always tell you, Jumbo Elliott, from that used to play with the Giants, then played with the Jets. He used to train at Bob's gym and he would leave dumbbells out and Bob would fucking turn off the music and be like, Jumbo Elliott, please put, you know, he had a loud, you know, he had a, you know, over the speaker system, he'd be like, Jumbo Elliott, please put back your weights. And Jumbo Elliott would be like, why are you embarrassing me like that? And he said, but you should lead by example. Everybody sees you leaving weights out and they think like, oh, he could do it. You know what I mean? So Bob didn't give a fuck.
Nope. Holly says, hey guys, what's up, Holly? Hey, Holly, you should have
Holly, what's going on?
Rolly come on one time. Rolly and you come on.
Yeah, what's going on? How's Rolly doing?
Raleigh had the best fucking arms. He had the best triceps I've ever seen.
Raleigh was
a monster.
He's jacked, bro. He's jacked. He's a good guy, though. I like him. He always has this smile on his face. I like Raleigh.
Always had a smile and everything.
He's a good man. I like Raleigh.
What did you think of the Bad Bunny Super Bowl? Did you watch it?
No, I won't watch one. I didn't watch one fucking play. I won't watch one bit of that racist bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. Can you imagine? I was saying this before. Listen to me. In Mexico, right? Brazil, places like that, soccer is like bigger than, it's way bigger than any Super Bowl. It's the biggest event possible. People kill each other over those soccer, right? Over those big soccer, like the soccer like cup and all that shit, right? Can you imagine if they had a halftime where some guy you're in Mexico and you're waving the American flag and talking shit about Mexico, but you're they'd fucking kill you. You'd never get out of the arena alive. Only in this country can a millionaire claim that we're racist and all this other shit and talk shit about this country, and other people like, look at Bad Bunny. Never heard of him. Bad Bunny. I mean, I don't care what your nationality is, what your race is. I don't give a shit. You're all. I love everybody, but if you're a scumbag, you're saying, look, I'm Italian American, and a lot of those fucking Guinea mafia fucks. I don't like a lot of those guys. They were fucking. They were all. They're an embarrassment to me. What I'm saying is, I don't care what your ethnicity is. It's what you put. You're in this country. You're either American or get the fuck. If it sucks here, get out. You know what I mean? Go to Puerto Rico. Get out. I don't like that. You know what I mean?
I'm Bad Bunny. I had a conversation. He was maybe a couple feet away from me. We talked, me and Bad Bunny.
At where? At the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
He was in the Happy Gilmore 2 movie. Happy Gilmore 2 movie. He was an extra in the movie, and he was there with Adam Sandler on the caddy. So when we were at catering, he was right next to me. He was like eating tacos or something. That's funny. And he was asking me something about where to go. And we talked. He seemed really nice. I have nothing against the guy. He seemed nice. He had his like security people around him and stuff. Small guy, not really big at all. Really tiny guy. But
I thought he was tall. Looked tall.
No, he's thin. He was thin to me. He was real thin. He was sitting down.
But is he tall or is he short? I thought
he's really thin. I mean, he was taller than Adam Sandler, I think, or the same size as Adam. But he seemed pretty like cool down to earth.
I never heard of him till the Super Bowl shit. But I don't care. Be proud if that's your ethnicity and you want to be. You're Puerto Rican. I mean, Joe, you're half Puerto Rican, half Italian. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of both sides. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care. I mean, look, you hate Donald Trump. That's your prerogative.
Yes,
that's okay. I don't care. I have every right to love him. But whatever. But when you start like fucking, you're coming in this country and you're shaking up the hive, so to speak, and you're letting the poor people think, oh, you're being held back. That's not fucking true. That's not true. There's black billionaires in this country. There's Spanish billionaires. It has, I don't want to hear that shit. Even Oprah Winfrey, racism. You're a billionaire. You're a fucking billionaire. Stop that shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's hard to compare when you're not a billionaire.
But you don't go in this country. I would never go to Brazil, right? And be at the middle of that soccer thing, running around with American flag. Yeah, America, baby. Fuck Brazil, you racist fucks. You know what I mean? Like that. They'd fucking kill you. Are you fucking? You could do that here, though. You could do that here. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Put this country down. Make it look like it's a piece of. Go on and fucking the awards and fucking hold up and all that shit. There's a lot of people who've been brainwashed. Whew.
Yeah. Dan said wokeness is a weakness.
But the poor people that are fucking, they're picking the vegetables. I gotta be honest with you, my fucking grocery store's full of vegetables. Now they're cheaper. Trump's here. But those people who pick the vegetables, they're not being brought up by us. That's all bullshit. My girlfriend's family, I'm telling you, they're all fucking immigrants. I'm telling you, my girlfriend's mother she's in Mexico right now, by the way. They're deported, they'll come back. Listen to me. The people pick the vegetables. It's almost like a union. You understand? Like, like the fucking the film union, Joe, what there's like those people have been doing that for generations. They have visas. They come on buses here. We bust them in here. And they're paid very well. They're not slaves, okay? That's not true. Okay? They're paid very well to pick those vegetables. Nobody's going out there. There's no shortage of vegetables. You can get fucking, it's goddamn winter and I can get watermelons right now. I mean, come on. You understand? You've been brainwashed to believe all that shit. They're not taking out the abuelas. It's not true. If somebody's a savage and you're around them and you're not here legally, you get caught up. Now, if you do things the right way, there you go. I mean, I love everybody. I don't give a shit. Look, my girlfriend's whole family's fucking, she's Mexican. They're all illegal. They've been fucking taken out of here. Her sister, she's got a sister in Mexico now. I mean, they're all, but, her father did things the right way, gets a green card. Now her mother's a citizen. I already told you how that happened, but,
Ruben Sanchez, what's up, JD and Greg from Ethan and Me? What's up?
What's going on, Ruben? How you doing, brother? God bless you and Ethan. Go ahead.
Holly said he doesn't really, Rolly doesn't do a lot of podcasts. Only the one I can remember him doing with Dennis James a couple times. Another one. Yeah, Rolly doesn't do. I don't see him doing a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to do. Just tell him we said hello.
Yeah,
he's a good man. Tell him,
yeah.
He knows. I know Rolly. He's a good man. I love Rolly. He's always got that smile on. He's got he's a good man. I like him. I don't care about the bodybuilding. I go about the person. There's a lot of great bodybuilders out there. And then there's a lot of scumbags that are bodybuilders. But there's a lot, I go by the person. If you're a good person, don't care the nationality, you could believe in whatever. If we have totally different beliefs, I'm fine with that, But if you're a good person, you're a good person. I like Robbie.
William Allen said, hey guys, I seen 4 nuns getting out of a black Escalade today. Not judging, but maybe a little fraud going on.
Nuns?
Yes. Nuns.
Yeah, but some people wear that. Some people wear that fucking costume and they're not really. I mean, if you're look, if you think I'm Catholic, that just happens to be the team I was born under, so to speak, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't. I think the Pope is one of the most evil people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Pope that just died. That woke, fucking dirty piece of shit. You think he's up there with Jesus right now? No, I can tell you that. No,
I got a quick story, Greg. So my ex-wife was Greek. It was Greek. My ex-wife was Greek. So when we baptized our kids, the priest, whatever, he drove up in a black Escalade, like a beautiful black Escalade, right? So just like a Catholic, you always, you give the guy a little something. You always give him, a couple you give him a couple of bucks, So, I was like, all right, what he baptized the kids. So I was all right, let's give him $300, whatever. So my mother-in-law at the time was like, no, you got to give him more than that. So I was like, well, how much? She's like, at least 1,000. I'm like, 1,000? I'm like, Jesus Christ better show up and baptize this kid for $1,000.
Well, it's funny because all those preachers and God said,
yeah.
Let me tell you something. Jesus Christ stood on a fucking hill and preached to people and never once said, hey, dude, hey, Judas and Peter, go pass the hat around. Let's get some scuttle. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. Okay. So if Jesus himself preached and didn't charge one fucking dollar, right? Not one fucking Roman coin, nothing. Then who the fuck are these guys? Like God said, if we can reach $10,000 in 5 seconds, you'll all be blessed. Cancer will leave your body. All this bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit, man.
Did you see the one priest, the one pastor? He locked the doors of the church. It was like, we're not leaving tonight until we get at least $10,000 donated to us.
That piece of shit. That's a piece of shit. You idiots that fucking believe any of those guys. Joyce Bear, all those guys. What's the fucking guy's name? The Joel Osteen. They're all evil. That's not fucking legit. He got a swimming pool. He owns his own Superdome down there and everything like that, you know. And you're gonna tell me, you know, what Jesus Christ was homeless, walking around with just slippers on and a tunic, and you're gonna tell me didn't ask for a penny? You know, people used to say, "Come sit at my house tonight to eat dinner and shit." And you're gonna say that he preached for free, but you're gonna pay Joe Olstein, or you're gonna believe that you need Joyce Mayer or one of them people to sit there, or that white dude with the dreadlocks? That guy's a fucking criminal. Those fucking people, you're gonna need them to tell you God loves you. God said, you know, and you're gonna be like, "Amen, amen." Here's some scuttle here.
Mm-hmm. Well,
God don't see money. The minute you bring money into that shit, that's evil.
Yep.
It's just like, let me tell you something. If people really had the power to talk to the dead, you know, like you get these people like your dead aunt's here, Joe. She's telling you, you know, that you need to fucking put some money in the bank. You know, you got to put this, whatever. Dude, first of all, let me tell you something. Yeah, don't get me started on that one, Joseph. Listen, first of all, if somebody had the gift, if God gave anybody the gift to talk to the dead, let's say that was true, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If God gave you the gift, He's not going to allow you to charge people. Listen, I'm going to talk to your dead Uncle Tanus, but it's going to cost you like 25 grand, you know, or some shit like that, you know, because people like desperate. He died in my arms, and I want to know, you know, where the money's buried. I mean, I want to know where, you know. So, you know, it doesn't work like that. First of all, I don't really believe people could talk to the dead, but I'll play that game. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a guessing game because they're like, if like, let's say you're Italian, they'll say, "Oh, I'm talking to someone, your family member who has a last name. It has a vowel in it. It's it's Johnny, or obviously you have someone named
Yeah,
Johnny."
the whole thing is they see there's what's the name? I see a John, a Jimmy, a John, and they're like, it's Ed, my Uncle Ed. Yes, he's saying that he one time you guys did something, he laughed, and you guys, wait a minute, you hear all that, but you couldn't hear his name, right? You couldn't get his name.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah. Did your Uncle Ed have a headache at one time, or is he? It's
all stupid. He's saying he's okay. He's saying he's around you. He loves you, and oh my God, thank you. It's
Yep. Joe Materazzi, let's see. Joe Materazzi says, "I never heard of this Bad Bunny before the Super Bowl, to be honest."
Me neither.
Super Bowl halftime shows are not political platforms. Neither yep,
I mean,
that's true.
I understand. Okay, and I love. There's nobody who loves Spanish people more than me. Trust me. All the girls I date, I love Spanish, but maybe Steve Z. He's right there with me. But but you know, and we believe that in this country you should only allow the Spanish women and keep the Spanish men out. No, just joking. But here's the thing though, like you can't like cater to like just those people. When you're up there, boom, boom, and you're sitting there going, "What's he saying?" You know what I mean? I don't even know what the fucking song is. It could be like, "You ugly motherfucker." You know, I have no idea what the hell they're singing. You know what I'm saying? You know, now my girlfriend loves that shit. You know, she's like, you know, that. You know, give me the gasolina. You know, like she likes all that. Like, oh my God, what's that guy's name again? Lucia, what's that guy? She thinks he's hot, you know. She first of all, there's not a guy in the world aside from me who she doesn't think is hot. But you know, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I don't. It's different when it's English because everybody speaks. You can go to the jungle of fucking like in the Congo or down in the Amazon and be like, somebody there speaks English. Trust me. You understand? And other countries idolize American singers. So if you had an American singer down there singing and shit there, but I don't understand that. You know, I don't know, whatever. It's just
crazy. Yeah. I mean, I saw this comedian say that he said, you know, not only would I not let, if you're undocumented not into this country, but if you can't speak English, I'm not letting you in this country.
Well, I mean, it is, you know, listen, if I was stuck, if you stuck me in any other country, even I can't speak Italian. I know some shit, but really low. Joe Pietaro's trying to learn it. He's way better than I am.
And Morella speaks Italian.
Yeah. Oh, your girlfriend. Yeah. Well, I mean, she speaks because her mother's
my mother,
off the boat, right? So, but if I had to live in Italy, the first thing I would do is try to learn the language because otherwise you get taken advantage. You don't know shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would want wherever, not just if I lived in Mexico, I'd want to learn Spanish. If I lived in Brazil, I'd want to learn you know, like Portuguese. I'm just saying I would want to learn that language because otherwise, how am I going to get around? You know?
Yeah, you get around. They send you to Momo Island.
Yeah, you'd be paying fucking, $100 for a slice of pizza. You don't know, like, oh wait, how many pesos? Like you don't. So you got to know. Otherwise, you get taken advantage of. And why would you live in a place where you don't understand, where it's all like, you know what I mean? You're like, what?
Joe Matarazzo says, could you imagine if athletes went to Olympics from Saudi Arabia and spoke ill of their country? They go back home missing.
They would assassinate him. I mean, you know what's funny? Like in Iraq, what's his name? Uday or whatever the hell his name was, fucking,
Saddam Hussein's son.
He ran the soccer team for the Olympics and shit. And they said if a guy like fucking missed a ball or kicked a goal or something, like, the goalie missed him, he'd get punished, he'd get executed. They would do shit, lock him in a box for like fucking 2 days. And they would torture the shit out of you. So you could imagine if you got up there and you disrespected your country.
Saddam Hussein's kids, did you know that like we go to like to parties and let's say we went to a party and I was Saddam Hussein's kids and you were my friend and you were with some hot girl. I'd kill you and take your girlfriend.
I seen that. I seen it. They did it at a wedding. He was at a wedding. Yes. And he wanted to bang the bride, and he killed the groom, and then he fucked the bride, and then he killed her.
Then he killed her too.
Yeah. So who's gonna say anything? He's
nobody.
Right. That's nobody. Who's gonna say anything?
No one's gonna say anything. He would just go around in cars at night sometimes and just pick out women. And just
they didn't give a fuck. You could be with your husband and your kids. They'd be like, fuck, kill the kids, kill the husband. Now she's single. Let me fucking bang the shit out of her, and then that's it.
100%. Our friend here, son of Sammy Davis. What's going on? How's it going, guys? Hey, Greg, I saw that Diet root beer is on sale for 79 cents at Stop and Shop. Made me think so.
Nick, it's 77 cents. You're 2 cents over, Nick. You're trying to get me for more money. I'm kidding. It's 77 cents. Yeah, I bought a bunch of them already. I got it right over there. But Steve beat me to the one store and bought the rest of them. I know he did. He accuses me that all the time. He'll text me, did you fucking buy all the goddamn diet sodas from from Stop and Shop? I'm like, no, I didn't go there yet.
Dan said, Greg, what was with Guru Amin having a cell phone in prison? The guy's going to end up doing a longer bid. He's got a cell phone. Oh boy.
I don't know. He's a good guy, but you can't be talking on a phone when you're in there. I have a friend that calls me up from prison all the time, and I'm like, first of all,
you call live on the air?
Yeah, they call live. You know what it is? They have a way to do it. Like you get the thing. This is a prison call. Your call will be sent to law enforcement. So you got to watch everything you say.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? You got to watch it. And my friend's like, dude, I'm in here. I didn't do anything. And I'm like, do anything. Well, I already know what you did. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna get into that, but he calls me all the time and I cringe sometimes. I love the guy, he's my friend, but you keep doing the same thing. How many times are you gonna stick your fucking dick in a mousetrap and a fucking thing cuts you, it hurts you so bad, and then you can say, let me try that again, and then it hurts you, doing a bid 6 years here and then 13 years here. I mean, by the time it's done 20 years in jail, you know what I'm saying? I'm a shot caller. Wes Watson, I'm a shot caller.
At Rex Banner said, Jesus flipped the rabbi's table for charging people money in the temple.
Yes, I'm just saying. So but you people are the ones who support these guys. I get you're depressed, so you go online and there's some guy like, Jesus loves you. God said, let your depression go. And you're sitting there. He's so right. You need that fucking, let me donate, get out of your mind.
Yep. Holly said, oh my God, $1,000. If that's the case, then not too many people could afford to get that done. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yep. Skip Milligan said, what's going on, Skip? Hey, you guys.
What's up, Skip? How you doing, brother? How are you?
William Allen says, church money helps out with their lawyers.
It's just crazy. The church is evil. You gotta be kidding me. The Vatican, do you know how much evil's in the Vatican?
I know. Yeah.
People don't realize back in like the 1300s, priests used to, the Pope used to fucking put people to death. If he didn't like you or he's evil, witchcraft or whatever, they put you to death.
Yep. What do you think about that missing lady? The Nancy, whatever. Gertrude.
Boy, they're beating that to death. First of all,
my God. What do you think?
Her daughter is a piece of shit. Sorry, but the daughter's a piece of shit. If you ever saw her thing with Trump, she accuses him of everything. She was nasty as fucking hell to him. Nasty. She had no respect for him. I just don't like people like her daughter who's got the fucking nose up there. Now, I hope the lady's alive, but bro, she's 85. She's got all kinds of health problems. They didn't take her medicines. She's on a fucking pacemaker. It's been almost.
It doesn't add up.
It's been 12. Of course. First of all, it's either the landscapers, fucking people, the maids people, or the fucking her sister's fucking. Somebody in that family's in on it. You know what I mean? Because if the old lady dies, they get some inheritance or something like that. I'm just saying, there's something rotten. But I mean, they're shoving that up your fucking ass right now.
Oh, it's all
got
over
this
the
missing
place.
children that don't get that kind of fucking exposure. You know what I mean? They're like, they're like, a bird flew over the house. Now, maybe the bird has like, maybe if we kill the bird, go into its brain and see if it has like, any way of like, we can get the community, like, get out of here. I mean, like the shit that they're, I mean, I don't know.
Did you see that video?
Look at dust stains on particles, dust particles on a planet Mars. But you can't fucking find out to a cell phone. I get it, but that guy, first of all, well, there's no way that guy came here to do a burglary. Who fucking comes with a backpack that's you can't even zipper the fucking thing? You know what's in there? Ropes, fucking other bullshit.
Yeah.
What did he do? Walk it to somebody else involved? What did he walk her out? Come on, let's go. On a leash, walk her down the driveway, down the street like this. Come on. Come on. There was somebody there. Somebody else was waiting, obviously.
Yeah. It was just
if he was doing a burglary, he would have been looking around, like this, and he would have been doing that shit fast. He was like, he was
very comfortable. He was very comfortable.
He's like, somebody, either he worked at that house once. Maybe he was a guy who delivered there, like he's the fucking, what do you call it shit? Amazon guy. He said, there's an old lady. First of all, the family should get all the families should get their asses kicked because you let an 85-year-old woman live in the desert. Right? You let her live in a desert by herself in a house that looks like a doctor. It's fucking huge with a giant underground swimming pool in the back, a fucking like maid's quarters to the right. What are you fucking talking? Who the fuck? Joe, 85 fucking years old for a house that's like, 8,000 square fucking feet. Are you fucking kidding me? For a woman who's like limited mobility with a pacemaker, who's swimming in that fucking pool? Who's taking care of that pool? Who fucking, I had a swimming pool out here. I gotta change the chlorine all the time. Fucking take the bugs out of there and shit. Who the fuck's taking care of that pool? And who's fucking cleaning that 8,000 fucking square foot? First of all, it's not even a house. It looks like a doctor's. It's got the flat roof. It looks like what kind of fucking home is that? It's not a cozy home for a fucking and you let her be there by herself. I don't know what kind of. That's why that family's fucked. Somebody in that family, I don't know, maybe one of their grandkids or somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody knows somebody because that person is too comfortable.
I hope she's alive, but come on, bro. She was in bad health, and it's been 12 days. Do you think? I mean, it's not like they have her fucking like somewhere nice, watching TV, feeding her fucking food and shit. I doubt it. There's no even ransom shit. They're not even sure if the ransom stuff was legit, They're not even sure about that,
Wow. No, but they're jamming that down our throat, man.
Proof of life doesn't mean like, okay, she said that there's like a soda can and she keeps it up on the top and that doesn't, like a top shelf and it's got like a Q-tip in it. And they go up there and they look, there's a soda can. It must be, no, that could be somebody that works in that house that fucking knows that shit. There's obviously a lot of people in and out of that house. There's an old lady by herself in a fucking giant mansion with a fucking in-the-ground swimming pool in the back, a fucking circle driveway and shit. She don't even drive. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't make sense, man.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
And if Judge Judy would say, if it doesn't make sense because it's not true.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. What Ruben Sanchez said, what about that girl that was on Dave's channel that could talk to dead people or something?
That's Dave's sister.
Yes, Ruben said that was Dave's sister. Holly said, yes, Dave's sister.
I love Dave. And I love, sister's a nice girl, but I don't know. I'm not going to say anything.
Silent 70s. Yes, you're 100% correct. If Mexico wins the World Cup, they're not having Tim McGraw perform.
No, they're not. You're 100% right. Who said that? Right. He's right. You're right. 100% right. You're 100% right. They're not going to have that. I'm just saying. It's not,
I'm
And then
married
I'm
to a
gonna have somebody there bitching about, like, I'm living in Mexico. This is where I live now. I got a hacienda, I'm making millions down here, and fuck Mexico. They wouldn't do that. You go over there throwing that country under the bus. Get out of here.
The Big Bad Bear 69 said, question for you guys. Is there any peer reviewed lecture on Larry Pollock getting abducted by the cartel in Mexico? I can't find any real articles on that. Do you believe his story?
Big Bad Bear, will you leave? Larry's a fucking great guy in person. Just leave him alone. Stick your barbs at me. Leave the guy alone.
Yeah,
Leave him alone. He's not a bullshitter. I know Larry. He's a straight up guy. He's a really good guy, bro. He's a very good guy. If you met him, he looks different even in person. He's a really good guy. I'm telling you. I like Larry. He's got my respect.
Mm-hmm. Holly
Leave him
says,
alone.
Greg, the other night somebody said something about a Momo on Ron Harris's podcast, and Ron said that you used to say that to him all the time. I told Ron you still say it all the time.
Yeah, Momo. It's a New York Guinea thing. What am I, fucking Momo? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely but it wasn't me that said it. But I love Ron Harris. I worked with him for years. He's a good man. I love Ron. He's a really good guy.
Rick Simon says, every time I listen to Greg, I learn something new.
That's bad. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Silent 70 says they have tablets now. I'm a corrections officer.
Tablets for what? Oh, tablets.
Oh,
yes.
tablets,
Yeah. No, he's right. That's how my friend calls me, from a tablet.
Wow.
He calls me from a tablet. Yes. And I don't mind, but just don't talk like, don't I don't want to hear like anything that's like incriminating shit. I don't care. Like and they're all like fucking scamming and shit. I don't even want to get into it. They all got these like, because people in jail got too much time on their hands, and a lot of them sit around festering their anger because they didn't do anything wrong. It's just somebody ratted, and they scam. You know what I mean? They got scammed. Want to get out? This is what I'm gonna do. My friend knows this guy. Okay, Jesus. Anyway.
Yep. William Allen says Guthrie is on vacation in the Caribbean somewhere. LOL.
No, I feel bad. I feel bad for that woman. Her kids should all get their asses kicked. Why would you leave an 85-year-old woman in a giant house in the middle of the desert? With fucking big property. Your next door neighbors are not like right next door to What are you, fucking crazy? It got a big swimming pool in about. Who swims in that pool?
Mm-hmm. It's someone that knows that property very well.
It's not a strange. Whoever it is, it's not a fucking stranger. And the reason why they can never release her is because she knows who that is.
No, of course.
She knows who it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you.
She's probably, I wish her the best, but she's probably dead.
I hope she's not. I hope she's alive, and I hope whoever does it gets fucking buried for it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but it just doesn't look good. And I would look at that. I still don't like the whole family member thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who drops her? First of all, it was either her daughter or her daughter's husband that dropped her off, right? Right. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. They can't even get a straight answer of which one it was. But what do? You drop the lady off. You don't even watch her go in the house. You know what I'm saying? 2 minutes later, after she dropped off, after the garage door open, she was, her pacemaker. There's something wrong. I'm just saying. Who the fuck does that? She's 85 fucking years old. You should be walking her in that fucking house.
Yeah, I always do that. I think I always like about somebody.
But you don't know if the camera's working.
No,
She's 85 years old by herself, and the cameras were not working because they didn't turn it back because, I guess they didn't pay. They said they didn't pay the bill. Now, that bitch is making millions of dollars over there, her daughter, and you can't pay your mother's freaking goddamn Blink or Ring bill? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. At Raw Dog says, Greg, do you like to eat sausage for the shape, not the taste?
The shape, not the tape. I get what you're saying. You're funny, Raw Dog.
Rick Simon said, Guthrie is under Greg's desk right now. He knows too much.
Get your head back down. No, God forgive me, God. She's an old lady. I feel bad for her. The family sucks. You don't leave the old lady like that. You fucking child. She said that house looks like a fucking dentist's office or something, like a medical building. It doesn't even look like a house.
Yeah. John Scuderi said, I have a topic to bring up. Well, bring it up.
Is that John Scuderi? What's going on, John?
Steve C. I made my first $5 on my OnlyFans channel today. The only viewer asked me to shut it down.
Looking Steve.
Yeah. Rocco Ravina says the weirdo bad bear is everywhere creeping on people.
Yeah, but Larry's a good guy. Bad Big Bear or whatever. Bad Bear, Big Bad Bear, whatever. Just leave him alone. Just don't fuck with him. Trust me. But if you fuck with him and you get him in person, it's not gonna go well.
This is a Rex Banner says,
For you.
I log my workout on my cell phone, but it looks like I'm scrolling social media. LOL.
Couldn't you log it like afterwards, like critique it, or do you have to do every set and every rep? Do you think that Ronnie Coleman or any of the Mr. Olympia sat there and I'm not putting you down, but I'm just saying that's like, you don't need to do that. You understand? Every day is different. Some days you feel like shit. You go to the gym and the fucking 25s feel like they're a ton. And then other days you go to the gym and at the fucking, you feel like you could take a 25, throw it up in the air and catch it. Like this is so light. It's every day's different. Do you know Dorian Yates put it perfect? Dorian Yates said, I never plan a heavy or light day. I never plan a day like that. He goes, because you never know how. What if I plan a heavy day on a day where I just don't have it? I just go in the gym and everything feels heavy and I just don't have it. Or what if I plan a light day where I'm fucking strong as I? So I go by the way I feel. You can't, I get it. I'm not saying it's bad to log your workouts, but you don't go overboard with every set. I got this many. You're doing, that's too much because it's never the same. Every day's different. You feel different every training session. So you got to go by the way you feel. And just at the end of the workout, you could critique the workout. I felt pretty good today doing flies. I felt like I was strong and I kind of used the 35s or 50s or whatever, you could do that shit, but I don't know. I don't see doing every fucking set and everything. What's Johnny saying?
Well, John said, bodybuilding is a pageant. So you could say that they're like models in a beauty pageant now. When models take a picture, they get the correct lighting, the correct makeup, the correct angle to look perfect. But if a bodybuilder will do this, they put him down every single podcast saying he's using special lighting, goon lighting, and talking shit. So he says, why the fuck would a bodybuilder post anything but the best representative of himself? I don't care if it's a lighting angle, etc. It's marketing. Give me a fucking break. What are we supposed to stay naked?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. A lot of bodybuilders are vain. A lot of bodybuilders are not like, they think like, that. Listen, if you go into a fucking bar, you're super jacked. There's a lot of people who don't give two shits. They're not scared of you. They're not, bodybuilders are very delusional, or some of them. You know what I mean? Just because you're jacked. I have a friend who was jacked as hell, and he used to think that would help him get girls. And he didn't realize your personality sucks. You talk with a lisp like this, and you're getting people's face. Your breath stinks. I don't care how Bill you are. Chicks just look at you. The fucking hair's coming out of your nose and shit. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, chicks don't, yeah, it's nice to look at, but, I don't know. Girls aren't like men. Girls are not just visual, like men are visual. You can have the fucking stupidest, dumbest girl. Her breath could stink so fucking bad, but she's got big tits, fucking tiny waist, jumping ass, and she's really pretty. I don't know. Her fucking teeth could be backwards or whatever. And, you'll be like, well, she's hot. I'll fuck her. You know what I mean? But chicks are more, that's why the whole women are from Venus, men are from Mars. That's where that whole thing goes. You know what I mean? Just because you're jacked, I mean, it's an ego thing. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding's definitely full of egotistical motherfuckers, without a doubt. I mean, that's a fact.
I heard a couple people that make an argument, like you have a bodybuilding men's division and you have a women's division, but then would you think about a trans division?
There was.
I know that.
Joe Pietaro and I did when we were with Muscular Development, we did this whole thing about, it was women who became men. And you'd be shocked how some of those, there was a few women that got the fucking, chesticles taken out, and they were jacked. I mean, they looked jacked. They weren't like, but they were like, they were like fitness guys. You know what I mean? Like the abs, pecs, delts, You'd be shocked.
So many women take so much shit, so much steroids that they become actually men. So where do you throw them in the category?
I mean, they should have a league of their own in anything. Let's give them a league of their own.
You think so?
Yeah, give them a league of their own. I mean, you can't, unless they want. I mean, they're not going to beat a man in that shit. You know what I mean? They're not. I mean, they don't. they don't have like this broad shoulder, like, you know, my fucking shoulder, my bones are, you know, and I got broad bones, you know what I mean? You could build shoulder width, but there's a lot of bodybuilders who got pinched shoulders like this. They got big delts, but, you know, Gary Stridham wasn't like super, I mean, he was tall, big, looked real wide because of his delts, but when you saw him stand next to other guys with broad shoulders, Phil Hill, a lot of those guys, they didn't, you know, they're a little pinched, you know what I'm saying? You can't do anything about that, but even them, they kill these girls. What I'm saying is a girl doesn't have the frame that a man has, you know? That's why they're always saying, like, look at that beast, what's the one that's a swimmer guy there that's trying to be a girl? The hell's his name? Whatever his name is, you know, the one that walking around naked, fucking his peacefully God hanging, the girls are like, oh, big too. And he's like 6'4", he's got broad shoulders like this, you know. You know, you're not going to, you can't keep that in a woman's division, you know? So, I don't know.
John Scuderi said, and all the podcast guys were sheep. If one guy says something like every podcast jumps on the bandwagon, it acts like you're fucked up. So you post flattering pictures of yourself on Instagram or Facebook. If you post flattering pictures of yourself.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I get that. There's guys who, you know, Jimmy the Bull was just telling me something about that because he was saying about one of his friends. He was talking to him about, you know, doing a film and stuff with Joe. And he said he talked to one of his friends and he said the next day his friend started posting all these pictures of himself. You know what I'm saying? And some stuff he's done in the media and all this other shit and where he's looking jacked and ripped. And he said he felt like, what's it? Because I told you I'm going to do something. Now all of a sudden you got to come out there like to fucking counter me, like you're jealous or something. I don't know. This is what he just finished telling me that. I'm not saying names, but, you know, I'm just saying it happens. Bodybuilding is very fucking full of egos. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%. Ruben Sanchez said, Greg's right about the hot girl thing. I used to bang a coworker that had huge tits, thighs, and ass. Exactly what I liked, except her coochie smelled like if you wiped her ass from the front.
Yeah, it's so good, bro. Smells like low tide. And you guys from New York, Sheepshead Bay, fucking low tide, bro. It's where the dead bodies float up. You fucking see the old boot there, crabs coming out. You know what I mean? It smells like low tide.
Isn't that the one where your dad or your mom said that? What are you doing? You smelled something on
yeah,
you?
yeah, when I fucked that chick. Her name was Nubia, I remember. And,
Nubia?
That was her name, Nubia. She was some sort of, I think Arabic or something. I don't know what the hell she was. She was big. The only fat girl I ever fucked in my life. And I didn't want to fuck her. I prayed to God. God actually heard my prayer because I was like, please, God. Because I don't come easy. I can fuck and not come. I'll keep the dick hard, but I won't come. And I was like, please, God, please, if you ever made me come ever in my life, make it happen really fast now because I wanted this to end. You know, because she was like, no, you're fucking me. You know what I mean? And I was like, holy shit. I fucked her in my Mustang. I had a 65 Mustang where the seats go back. I could actually push the seat back. So I was fucking her. And the stench was, I mean, I've fucked assholes, okay, that didn't smell that bad. Okay, you pull your dick out of an ass, sometimes you go, whoop, that yeah. You know what I mean? But this was like, bro, this was like low tide on the fucking, you know what I mean? And it was bad, bro. And, you know, when I went home, she had like fucking soup coming out of down there. And I was like wiping it on her and shit, you know, and she stunk. She got out of the car to smoke a cigarette after we were done. She's like, we'll go back to my house. My father leaves for, you know, for when we'll fuck again. I'm like, damn, that ain't happening. So she comes out of because she's sitting there and she's squatting and she goes to pee. And I hear a little like this. And I'm like, oh God, you're really turning me off now. You know, so then I told her I got to go. And I dropped off and fucking got the fuck out of there, right? I get home and, you know, I was like fucking 19, 20 years old. I was young. And my father's like, you know, got up for work and like, you know, he's making coffee and he looks at me. He goes, Jesus Christ. He goes, you stink. He goes, what, did you shit your pants? And I said, no. And he's, what, Jesus Christ? He goes, get the hell out of here. I got to eat breakfast. He goes, you stink. What is that smell? And I'm like, you don't want to know what that smell is. Trust me. And he goes, Jesus. He couldn't believe it. He's like, you shit your pants. Get out of here. I'm going to tell your mother you shit your pants. Get out of here. And I go shower. I was like, holy fuck, you know? I do bleach on my shit, on myself and stuff, you know?
Now, Latin's your favorite flavor, but have you?
Latin is my favorite flavor.
Have you done every nationality?
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
yeah?
I like Indian chicks, Arab chicks, ethnic Jews, Greek, Italian, anything with dark hair, dark eyes, I'm there.
Really?
That's what I like. Yeah, I like the dark hair, dark eye girls.
You've hit the whole spectrum.
I have the whole spectrum. Like if you look at Ariana Grande when she had dark hair, it's like 10 years ago when she sang go look at the video of her singing with Andre Bocelli. Look up Ariana Grande and Andre Bocelli and see what she's singing in there. She looks so delicious. That's what I like. Young, good looking, little cute, little small, fucking, you know, like skinny and shit.
So you've been with Chinese, Japanese, Chinese?
Yeah, I've been with Asians. I don't think I've ever been with Chinese. I've been with fucking Filipinos. That's like an honorary Chinese, you know. So I've been with the Filipino one's the one who had the broccoli on the end of my fucking piece of nut.
I know that story.
That was a Filipino. I was like, holy shit. She was doing this shit. I chased the dragon. And it's like what they do is I don't know if it's cracked. They melt it on like foil and it drips and it lets off this fucking like fume. And they sit there and go, like that. And then she's all like, and then, you know, like horny and shit. And I'm like, holy fuck. They called it, any of you guys know, if you're around Filipinos or whatever, they called it chasing the dragon. So whatever that, all I know is some shit she lit and it would drip on the foil. It would go down the foil thing like that. And she'd sniff the fucking fume off and she'd get nuts. That's the one that left a little tiny piece of broccoli on the end of my dick.
Chasing the dragon, huh?
Chasing the dragon, baby.
But fat people, you haven't really done. Only one.
No, they were never fat. Only that one girl, and that cured me on never doing. And the only reason I did is because my friends all knew her, and they all fucked her. And they were like, they told her, I was leaving the club, and they told her to go outside and sit in his car, because she liked me, because I was, you know, young, I was built and shit, you know. I was already a bodybuilder, you know, I was like fucking super jacked. And, you know, she liked me. So they made her sit in my car, and she's like, they told me you'd give me a ride, and I'm looking at all my friends, and they're like, you know, they knew what was coming for me, because the next day they were all calling me. Did you fuck her? Did you fuck her? Did you smell that shit? And I was like, so you got it too, huh, you motherfuckers? And it was bad, bro. It was bad. It smelled like low tide at fucking on Sheep's Head Bay when it's really bad. You know what I mean? When the tide goes out and the crabs and the fucking ugats from the bay is in there.
Yeah. What about a threesome? Or no. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had threesomes. Yeah, you know what I mean. But most of the time, if you get a threesome, the chicks are too like into themselves, like into each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you're sitting there like, hello, remember me? You know, I'm the guy that put this together.
Yep. John Scuderi said, I'm with Greg, 1,000%. Keep those pale girls away. I'm a sucker for dark eyes.
Dark hair, dark eyes.
Yep.
Curly hair fucking drives me crazy. Wild curly hair like that. Dark, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Not too dark. Like, you know, like I like ethnic Jew chicks are amazing. Like Israelis, and Arab chicks. Like if you get the really good Armenian ones, like the ones from Iran, that, you know what I mean, that are Armenian, you know, or like Indian chicks with the dot. You know, I had one of those. You know,
really?
I got a picture. Joe, I'll send you a picture. She was really hot. She had hair down to here. She had the thickest Indian accent. She was from Trinidad. You know what I mean? But she was Indian, but from Trinidad. And she used to go, you'll be at my house at 3:30, yes? And I'm like, yeah. The thing is, I would ask her something like, so how do you say, like, fork in Indian? She go, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? She goes, I don't know. I don't speak, don't speak Indian. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't speak? You can't even speak good English. She said that's because her parents were like fucking, her father was like 75, 80 when he had her. And her mother was young, and you know, she lived with them, and they came here and they only spoke English, but they spoke terrible English. So she learned terrible English.
School didn't help her at all?
You didn't go to school and that? You didn't go to school with other kids? She goes, no, at homeschool. And I'm like, holy fuck. So I had the only Indian chick that can't speak Indian, but can't speak like, you be at my house at 3:30, yes? And I was like, dude, I'm fucked. But she was hot, skinny, like this. You would be like, oh, that's too skinny. No such thing for me. I see anorexics and it turns me on. Anyway.
John Mancini said,
I'd make Ariana Grande lose 10 pounds. Go ahead.
John Mancini said, hey, everyone, sorry I'm late. Just finished dinner and working out. Hope all well. What's up, John? What is going on? Ruben Sanchez said, I hate broccoli. He hates broccoli.
I won't eat broccoli, especially after that. I was eating a box and it was spitting out. I thought it was like, because we had cherry lube. I told you shit. I thought it was not cherry, strawberry. So I thought it was like little bits of strawberry shit, like little pellet, like, you know, strawberries got little seeds and shit. And it wasn't that. It was I was spitting broccoli out of my fucking mouth. Cherry flavored broccoli because it was coming out of the fucking anus.
Jesus.
I don't even want to
Smelled like low tide. Raw Dog says smelled like low tide, looked like red tide.
Yeah, well, trust me, it was bad. It wasn't red though. I didn't want to even look. I don't even know what color. It could have been brown for all I knew down there. I didn't want to see it. She was fat. I don't like fat girls, bro. You guys that like, bro, on Twitter, all they show is like guys are showing chicks with big fat fucking asses in it. You know, they're doing this shit, and you see all these guys. Oh, she's so hot. I'm like, whew, man, I must live in a different universe because no big fucking. I don't like big asses. I don't like big fucking ass. I'm not a big titty, big ass guy. I like the small. Again, that Ariana Grande, like that's perfect. Sydney
like,
Sweeney. I like
Captain
Sydney Sweeney right now, but she's against what I normally like. But I'll take her. You know what I mean? Even though she got the blue eyes and stuff, every once in a while I'll throw a blue-eyed chick the bone. But you know, that's not my taste. My taste is that other Ariana Grande type shit.
Do you like short girls or tall girls? Well,
no, I kind of like girls a little bit taller than me. I don't like them too short. You know what I mean?
Alyssa was taller than you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Lucia is not taller than me, but when Lucia wears heels, she's a little bit taller. You know, I like that, you know, because you know what I mean? I like that. I like a girl a little bit tall, not too tall, where I feel like I had a girl, I tell everybody, this chick, we went to this fucking club, right? I was with this Puerto Rican chick. She was like 6 feet tall, and she would wear heels. So I was like, when I'd hold her hand, I was like a kid, you know, my hand isn't down like this with her, it's up like this, you know? So we went to a bar. It was up in Carmel. Steve, it was up a bar up again. And they had a half wall, right? But the half wall was like right about here, like right a little bit. So my head was below there. So my friends were all waiting for me to come, and they're all sitting there. And we come around the corner. All they see is her head coming around. Like you just see her head coming like this around the corner like this. And then when we come around the corner, there I am. And my friends, everybody in the whole bar started fucking laughing. That's the girl with the Hubba Bubba bubble gum where I fucking ate the one. And then a week later, we were in a club and I'm talking to her like this with my fucking nose in her ear, and my gum fell out of my mouth and went in her hair, and she was fucking freaking out again. You know what's funny? She's on my Facebook, right? Like she, you know. And you know, when we first hooked up again, you know, like I'm talking about, like, you know, meeting on a Facebook type shit. Oh shit, yeah, you know, because we had, you know, this year talking. This was 1979, 80. That's how long ago this was. So it's a long time ago. And when we just hooked up, she said, "Yo, Hubba Bubba," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, you remember?" She goes, "What do you mean? I remember that? Of course I remember that. You know." Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah, she still remembers that.
She still remembers that.
Yeah, the Hubba Bubba. I ate the box, and when I was done, I was like, "Wait a minute, I was chewing gum when I started this?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh!" And then I look, and it's all fucking, you know, like it's like it just was embedded in her fucking pubic hair.
And what was the longest? Obviously, I guess Lucia is the longest person you ever dated or been with.
Well, date-wise, yes, but I mean, like, you know, I was married and shit. Well, I was married for 16 years. I was with her for 16 years. I wasn't married to her. Yeah, I was, you know, my ex-wife too. I was with her for a while, 16 years, you know. Lucia's been like 20-ish. I got to get I got to get a young one now. I need a young, Lucia, you might have to leave. You might have to get out soon. I got to find a young girl. I love my girlfriend. I do. I don't want to be with anybody else but her.
Yep. You guys make a good couple.
Yeah, we're really close. Me and Lucia, we're close.
Yeah, you guys make a good couple. You know, you guys are always got each other's back, which is important.
Yeah. She's, you know, I wouldn't want to be with anybody else.
Yep, exactly. All right, well, we're gonna
don't tell her that. She's right there. She's ignoring the shit out of me because she's doing something. I'm doing something right now. Anyway,
yeah, I gotta wrap up. I gotta get up early tomorrow, so we gotta call it quits. It's about almost an hour in. I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
All right, oh shit, it goes so fast. I feel like
it does go by quick. It goes by really by. Thank you guys, John Mancini, John Scuderi, Holly, of course, Dan. You know, like I sasaid, Ruben Sanchez, Ethan,
John Scuderi, all you guys.
Scuderi, you know, we appreciate it. Son of Sammy Davis, Rex Banner, Raw Dog.
All these. Holly, and tell Raleigh, I give him my love and my respect.
Steve Z, of course. Steve Z.
Steve Z, oh shit. Steve, stay out of fucking shop, bro. Will you let me get a fucking one of them goddamn drinks?
Yeah. Greg Hoffman, everyone. Thank you guys for watching every week. You know, appreciate it. Like and subscribe on YouTube and on Rumble. So, you know, Greg, I will talk to you in a little bit.
Okay, Joseph. I'll talk to you guys. Love you guys. Thanks.
Love you.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pump